a pleasure to welcome on board Dan.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Dan.
How are you doing?
Fine. How do you do, sir?
Good. Thank you so much. I'll go straight into it.
Okay.
Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Dan Kinyanjui, popularly known as Dan Sonko. I'm glad to be part of the Africa Challenge, and I come in two capacities actually. First capacity is team member of the Ambitious Africa Education Team, which I joined very recently. And second capacity is as team leader of the Creative Nest Foundation. This one is located off the beautiful island of Mombasa in the East African Republic of Kenya, which is where I am right now. So, the Africa Challenge and a creative mindset. I remember we were discussing this with Oscar, and I love the fact that we are anchored on the SDGs and we're looking for solutions, especially towards climate change this time round. But then I wanted to challenge anyone who's either supporting, taking part, or even just observing. There's something about creatives that makes them tick. And that is what I want to address. And I think it will also highlight the kind of passion I have for this challenge on a very personal level. So I'm a storyteller, and that's how I love to deliver my talks. So now, why the Africa Challenge? The Africa Challenge has artists, creatives, and it has the tech. Yeah. For me, I find it as a passion because I'm tied to both. I studied at the prestigious Kigali Institute of Science and Technology in Rwanda, and I did computer science. And from a very young age, I was passionate about theater. And from as early as I think 7 years old. So there's something about tech and the arts that just draws me in. Now, get into the mind of a creative. What does a creative do? Creatives have a lot of challenges because they're out to break norms. They're out to change and unlearn cultural conditioning. And it's usually difficult because one thing most of us battle with, and sometimes we don't know, are distractions. There are a lot of distractions that can make you lose your focus. And this is one thing I want us to peg and hang on to. Starve your distractions and feed your focus. That's one way that you can achieve what you really want to achieve. What we are doing here at the eAfrica Challenge and what you'll see through the entire week is people trying to come up with solutions to common problems that affect all of us. And it's usually very difficult to find. Creatives have ideas, for example, but they're distracted because they don't have the funding. So how do they overcome that barrier? You find there are those who maybe have the funding but don't have the know-how. How do they overcome that? How do they get trusting individuals? This is all a mindset issue, and this is where creatives come in. So where's my challenge in the eAfrica Challenge? I want us to try and develop a creative mindset whereby I gave an illustration today on my social media, and I told guys, close your eyes for a minute. And that's what I would ask whoever is watching to do. Just close your eyes for a minute and imagine you're dead. Yeah? And all the weight that you had has been lifted, whether it is debts, whether it is a push to achieve a certain goal, whatever it is has been lifted. Okay? Now open your eyes because you're not dead. That is a blank canvas. Creatives are told to think outside the box. But here's a challenge. Remove the box altogether, because once you start compartmentalizing things, that's where you fail to open your mind to possibilities. And that is what the gamers are bringing here this week. Picture this as a human race, because we are all in a human race. Right now, it's the whole of Africa that has come together. The race is whoever is at the front does not thump their chest. It's more of a relay race. So you just pass the baton on to the next one. Right now, the best coder will come out at the end of this week. It will be for them to shine and everyone else, and that's what coders do. Everyone else comes together, looks at what they did to be the best and try to improve it. if we can apply that mindset to everything that we do, you'll be surprised. All of us are creatives in our different spheres. So a creative mindset is not too far-fetched. It just needs practice. It needs flexing your mind. It needs being open and vulnerable, and that's what people are doing. So being a part of this challenge is really something that is very close to my heart, and I would wish for everyone to try and develop a creative mindset, because at the end of the day, the problem solvers are not the ones who will sit still. They are the ones who will break through, break barriers. Someone who has held the baton and is tired should be able to release it to someone else to run one lap and pass it on. That is the kind of mindset that we are developing here at the Creative Nest Foundation, and also throughout this entire challenge. So I think that's what I had, unless there are any questions. Oscar. Oscar, you're on mute. You're on mute, Oscar.
Sorry about that. Yeah. Well, that was really intense, direct and straight to the point, and it's very interesting. I love the challenge in the eAfrica challenge, where you close your eyes and imagine all your worries are off. And then you come back to reality, and now you're expected to think outside the box, like do away with the box and push. And yeah, I think it's very important, because you have really highlighted that one of the issues with creativity in Africa is the many worries aside being creativity, surviving, feeding, paying rent, bills, and the like. And that's interesting. Since we have just a little couple more time to spend with you, we'd just love you to speak a little bit more about the Creative Nest Foundation. We've been seeing lots of activity online, and it's really exciting. So can you please, for so many people, probably they are not aware of what the Creative Nest Foundation is, can you throw some light on it?
Okay, thank you for that opportunity. Well, the Creative Nest Foundation is it was born out of problems. Like I said, close your eyes and die. Basically, it is like a phoenix that rises from the ashes. So it was registered in June last year, and it was after an exercise of feeding. We started a feeding program at the height of the pandemic. That was in March last year. We were able to feed about 1,300 creatives in Mombasa, and then we stopped. We stopped on June 29th last year, because we said, you know what, we cannot keep on feeding. Feeding creates, again, a poverty mindset, because there's that feeling of expectation. You always have your hand out. So we sat down as a team and were like, look, let's stop feeding and now start dishing out fishing rods. Find out where are the problems. How can we help you achieve your goal? So from that kind of a discussion, the foundation was born. And that foundation, the reason it's called Creative Nest, it's basically that. It's a nest whereby eggs are hatched, it is nurtured, and then it grows strong wings to fly, right?
Yeah.
So that was June 29th, we stopped feeding. July 15th last year, we opened the first of a kind social good center, yeah, which is right in the heart of Mombasa. And the social good center is basically a hub for creatives. It is connected. They can come in. That's where I'm recording from. And we are trying to be we call it the showroom for creatives. So we have organized them back into their own groups, because remember, if a system is working, you don't need to reinvent the wheel.
Yeah.
So we get them in their groups. If they are not registered, we assist them in registration. If they are not able to access funding, we help them in source for the funding, in filling the forms, submitting. So we are like the go-between. I'd call it the spotlight behind the spotlight. Yeah. So
nice, yeah.
what the foundation does is it really tries to help under the shadows. A lot of creatives get their true value and really shine out there. And currently, we have a team of interior decorators. They call themselves Kejani by Design, who have taken up the social center as a showroom for their custom-made furniture and also interior design items. They'll be launching again in July this year. That is now a year after the launch of the foundation. We are launching
Yeah.
a whole show in town. I mean, it's a way of showing people that you know what, we can do it, and all you need is resource allocation. I get
Yeah.
the resource, I know where to allocate it. I give you the resource, you know where to allocate it. At the end of the day, each one feeds one and we all grow. So that's what the foundation is about.
Wow, that's really nice to hear. I really like that, and yeah, it sounds exciting. It sounds really exciting, and I look forward to seeing what you do. I can also say I've noticed lots of partnerships with other organizations. So yeah, what you said is key. If a system is working, there's no need to reinvent the wheel. You could just add to it and support it. And also the ideology of instead of giving handouts, like they say, instead of giving a man fish, teach him how to fish. And
Correct.
that's really exciting. And yeah, we look forward to seeing what would come out of Creativeness Foundation. We definitely look forward to collaborating with your organization. More collaboration. E-Africa
Yeah.
Challenge, let's see it as the first. Let's see how we can support creatives. On our end, Africa Communicate is looking at education, is looking at providing data, is looking at networking people to funding and investment. And we like that you have a hub. We love that you have a community, and we're really excited to see what we can do together. So,
Just
well,
to add, Oscar, just
yeah,
to add on a very personal capacity,
yeah,
in line with the 17 SDGs,
yes,
I very personally champion and go for number three, which is on well-being and health. My
yes.
main target is usually mental health, and I work with very many youth in that particular sector. So that is on a
Wow.
very personal capacity, aside from Creativeness Foundation.
Yeah, wow, that's
Yeah,
cool. That's cool to hear. Mental health is really, really important. Very
true.
important, very much needed, and it's good to see you are looking into that. And that's great. That's really great. So thanks so much for coming by, Dan.
Thank you.
Also, we'll be getting lots of submissions from creative. We do hope that they are going to build some exciting stuff, and we would love you also once these projects are out for you to try your hands on them, give feedback, make some judges or comments. Let's see how we can together support the creatives across Africa. So thanks so much. Enjoy your afternoon.
Thank you, Oscar. Bye bye.